Alright, let's start out by talking about the Bad Juju. So this weapon can be obtained through the quest known as Toland's Legacy, and you can get this through handing in bounties at the bounty board. Now, in this quest you need to complete a bunch of strikes, and it requires you to get 10,000 points in the Crucible. So this isn't too tricky, and you can easily bag yourself a Bad Juju. Now this weapon has many perks, but the main perk you want to be looking at is the String of Curses. So after every kill you get, it instantly reloads the magazine and gives you a short damage bonus. And it also gives you more super energy upon kills. Here we have the Dragon's Breath. Now this is a rocket launcher that can be obtained through any PvE or PvP reward, and it can also be sold by Xur. Now this weapon leaves a solar flare upon detonation. This is Yellowhorn. It can be received in the same way as Dragon's Breath, but it is different in many ways, and this is because of its Wolfpack rounds, which seek on to targets and deal massive damage. Okay, here's Hardlight. So this weapon can be obtained through what I'm about to call a normal exotic reward, which is the same as the other two rocket launchers. Hardlight gets access to Volatile Light, which allows you to overpenetrate targets and ricochet off hard surfaces. Icebreaker. This sniper rifle can be obtained through a normal exotic reward. And this weapon gets a perk called No Backpack, which allows you to regenerate ammo. But it also gets a perk called the Icebreaker, and this causes enemies to combust and deal damage to other enemies that are nearby. Here's Invective. This shotgun can be obtained through the exotic bounty A Dubious Task, and you can pick this up from the postmaster by turning in any bounties. Invective comes out of the box with full auto, and it also gets a perk called Invective, which allows it to regenerate ammo over time. Unlike the Icebreaker, you can actually pick up ammo for it. The Medium Multi-Tool can be awarded through a regular exotic reward. This weapon boosts movement speed and can fire on a hair trigger. The Necrochasm is a special exotic by means that it can be only obtained through Crota on the heroic difficulty. I have a video on this if you want to check it out, but it is a special reward, and the key skill for this is called Cursebringer, which every time you get a headshot it'll frequently trigger a Curse Thrall explosion. No Land Beyond is another exotic that was introduced in the Dark Below DLC. This weapon gets the perk called the Master, which increases its precision damage, and kills also increase damage against the next target. Okay, so here's Patience in Time. This weapon can also be obtained through a normal exotic reward, but this weapon allows you to go camouflage while aiming down the sights. Next up, Plan C. Again, another normal exotic reward. This weapon allows you to charge almost immediately after you swap weapons. Here is its fusion rifle brother, the Pocket Infinity. This one can be obtained through an exotic bounty called Shattered Memory Fragment. This is available through the bounty board, but the Pocket Infinity also gets a perk that allows it to fire in full auto and also gives it the chance of returning ammo to the magazine. You can get the Red Death through a regular exotic reward, and this one heals you every time you get a kill and also speeds up the reload animation. You can get Super Good Advice through an exotic bounty called A Voice in the Wilderness, and this can also be obtained through the Postmaster in the Tower. Super Good Advice returns almost every single shot you miss right back into your magazine. Suros Regime is an auto rifle that is a regular exotic reward, and the bottom half of each magazine will have a chance to heal you and also increase damage. The Last Word is an exotic hand cannon that is a regular exotic reward. This weapon gets a bonus called Last Word, and this gives it bonus damage and stability, and also increases its precision damage while firing from the hip. Thorn is the last of the exotic bounties. This one can be obtained through a quest called Light in the Dark. Now the Thorn gets a key skill called Mark of the Devourer, which marks enemies sort of and deals damage over time. This is Thunderlord. It's an exotic heavy machine gun that can be received through a regular exotic loot drop. It gets access to lightning rounds, which allows the weapon to fire faster and more accurately the longer that you hold the trigger. But not only this, it also gets a hidden Firefly electric bonus that is not written, but has been found inside the game. This is Truth. It's a regular exotic reward rocket launcher. Truth gets access to Prototype True Seeker, and this allows enemies to be tracked from very far away and be tracked very aggressively. Universal Remote is a primary shotgun that also is a regular exotic loot reward, and this one allows you to gain bonus range and precision damage while aiming down your sights. Last, but certainly not least, we have the Vex Mythoclast, and this weapon can be received from Atheon on the Heroic modifier. Now this weapon doesn't really have a key skill, but it does have something called Timeless Mythoclast, which allows you to fire a single bolt with each trigger pull. Well, that about wraps it up for this video, and I want to thank you all for watching, especially if you got to the end. I know it gets a little tiresome just picking on thralls for a full 7 minutes. I did put a lot of time into this video, so if you guys did enjoy it, or if it helped you at all, please be sure to leave a like. That would be great. And that's just about it for this one, but I will see you in the next one.